Born in the desert in 1996, Las Vegas Motor Speedway roared onto the national stage with its very first major event in September of that year, an IndyCar triumph for Richie Hearn. Just 2 months later, NASCAR made its debut with the Craftsman Truck Series. Before long, the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series rolled through in 1997. It wouldn't take long for the Great American Speedway to reach the big leagues. The NASCAR Cup Series arrived in 1998, igniting a legacy that's only grown faster with time. In 2006, LVMS underwent a transformation. The oval was reshaped, and the banking, once a modest 12 degrees, was steepened to 20, with progressive corners that rewarded racers up high. What followed was quicker lap times, bigger battles, and the kind of side-by-side racing NASCAR fans crave. Through the years, the track has been the stage for legends. Kurt Busch still holds one of the fastest Cup qualifying laps here, an eye-popping 196-plus miles per hour, a benchmark that underscores just how lightning quick these machines can be. Las Vegas now hosts not one but two NASCAR Cup Series races, the blockbuster Pennzoil 400 in the spring and the playoff pivotal South Point 400 in the fall, and features top stock car action from the O'Reilly Series, Craftsman Trucks, ARCA, and Regional Touring Series. And tonight, it's the ZeroX Strategy Series MTH 125, next on Track Limits Network. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Round 2 of the playoffs here in the ZeroX Strategy Series, the MTH 125, about to get set and underway here tonight. Practice just wrapping up, but before we get into that, let's take a look at the race details for this evening. 125 laps the distance, a 65% load of fuel on board, 3 sets of tires over the wall, no fast repairs, you break it, you buy it, and 1 attempt at a green-white checkered finish if so necessary. Weather-wise, starting to get cool here in the desert, 71 degrees, 40% humidity, partly cloudy skies, and as per the norm, relatively breezy at 19 miles per hour. The important one, track temperature, 75 degrees currently, likely to come down as the sun continues to set over these Las Vegas mountains. Something to keep an eye on tonight. Stream chatter's already here. We got, looks like Aaron Ashley says, let's go weapon. I don't want to know who Aaron's talking about. ZeroX Media. Dustin Rogerson says, who's going to dangle their dice over the field tonight in the second round of the playoffs? And of course, Tom Janikowski with his familiar hand wave, the checkered flag. Tommy, thanks as always. Really appreciate the patronage here. You coming out watching these races each and every night, at least for a little bit. I can't imagine you're watching all of them all the way through, but man, if you are, you deserve a medal. Just about a minute left in this practice session. We'll get right into qualifying immediately after. 2 laps, 5 minutes, whatever comes first, to set the field for tonight's MTH 125. Again, the second race of the playoffs here in the ZeroX Strategy Series. Fast time so far, fueled up's Wesley Jeanette, the 29.185. Another fueled up driver in second, Jason Blaney with a 29.22. Brandon Moore, John Tiller, Ken Lowry, the top 5, all fueled up motorsports. These guys certainly putting the work in each and every week. They've nailed it on something. Kerwin Marshall in the chat, Trash House Racing driver, says, let's go gambling. I'm not much of a gambler, to be honest. But when I was at SEMA in the fall, I did make sure to catch a Vegas Golden Knights game, so that was fun. Golden hour time here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Fans certainly going to take the opportunity to get some beautiful pictures, at least on the Nellis straightaway. And that's it. Black and red flags on the session. Practice over. Time for qualifying. Tom Janikowski back in the chat says, I do my best to watch every race. I race on Monday night, so I can only just check in. Well, the fact that you even do that much, Tom, bravo, buddy. Wesley Jeanette to roll first. Kerwin Marshall back in the chat. Trash House mile and a half package been strong all year. Looking forward to it tonight. Driver the number 4 checking in. Good luck, gents. OG Holiday. I think that's Tommy Pulte if I remember correctly. Wesley Jeanette crossed the stripe on the clock. Just a slight lift there in the middle of 1 and 2. Didn't come all the way off the throttle. Just enough to slow the forward progression a little bit. Oh, gets the bottom of the racetrack, though. That's going to shoot him up the racetrack a bit off of turn number 4. Brandon Moore crosses the stripe, 29.39, but Wesley Jeanette, 4th slowest so far. Now 4th quick, 29.588. We'll stick with the 74 here, see if we can clean up this second lap. Looked good through 1 and 2 the last time. Looks good this time as well. 3 and 4 was kind of his Achilles heel the last time by. Down to the bottom there, a little check up. Wrapping that white line at the bottom. Jeanette all the way down to the apron here to start finish. Goes from P5 and he stays there. 29.911. A big slowdown there on lap 2. Ray Hanneman now in the 12 at 29.48. 4th quick, his first lap. Really can hear these guys rolling out of the gas. Driving it deep into the corner. Lap 2 for Hanneman complete. Slower still, 29.587, so he'll fall to 6th. Nick Gardner now on the Speedway with a 6.21, 11th quick so far. Gardner completes his run. He'll also stay 11th. So right now, first lap seeming to be quickest. As we go over to the 88 of Chris Cornett. Started 8th in this session as far as taking to the Speedway. Eighth quick for Cornett, 29.553. He's into turns 3 and 4 here, trying to better that. Would love to see a top 5, I'm sure. Looks good off turn 4, all the way up to the wall. Pulls it back down the bottom of the racetrack. He'll hit the bump on the apron just before the start finish. Picks it up on lap 2, 8th quick. Jackson West now. First lap for Jackson, 29.57. Just about a minute left in this session. Oh, when he gets the wall off turn 4, that'll invalidate this lap. It might have been a good one, but we'll never know. West will cross the stripe here. He'll sit on that first lap time at 29.570, 11th quick for the number 76. And it does appear everyone's gotten their laps in here. 30 seconds remain in the session. We're going to step aside, get a real quick break out of the way. We'll be back after this. Back at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, practice and qualifying in the books. It's time for the starting grid. On the pole position, oh, well, so much for that. We'll give it another try. There it is. Just hit the same button 3 or 4 times and it worked. Front row on the pole position with a lap time at 29.395 from Fueled Up Motorsports. It's the 3 of Brandon Moore. Flanked on the outside by his Fueled Up teammate. Missed it by 3/1000ths of a second. It's Ken Lowry. Row number 2 is Briley Hassard and Nathan Line. Row 3, it's Clint Hayvild and Scott Stockel. Row number 4, Raymond Hanneman, Chris Cornett. Row 5, Jason Aranchak and Matt Sisler. Starting in the 11th position, it'll be Jackson West. 12th goes to Trash House Racing's number 4, Kerwin Marshall. 13th, Jason Blaney, Wesley Jeanette, 14th. 15th starter, it's Austin Walton. 16th, Nathan Ostrowski. 17th goes to Nick Gardner, Juan Linares, 18th. 19th starter, it's John Tiller. 20th starter, David Kennard. 21st, the 1 of Johnny Deep Nisqually. Tony Smith will roll 22nd. Michael Thorne will start in the 23rd spot. Tommy Pulte, 24th. Chris Pieria, 25th, and shotgun on the field, dead last in 26th. Missed it by 9 seconds. Must have had a problem on one or both of those laps. The 217 will start from the 26th position. It's your starting grid here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. The MTH 125 about to get underway. Going to be a fun one here tonight. Field rolling away, 1 pace lap before we get things underway here in the desert. Sun has fallen below the horizon. The Musco lighting system now adorning the racing surface with light. Couldn't be a better night for racing. Race details in case you missed it. If you were late, it's okay. No hall pass required. 125 laps the distance, 65% fuel on board. 3 tire sets available over the wall, no fast repairs, and 1 attempt at a green-white checkered finish if we need it. Fingers crossed that we won't, but you never know. Weather-wise, still nice and cool, 71 degrees, 39% humidity, partly cloudy skies, and it's gotten a little bit breezier at 20 miles per hour now. Not sure if that's out of the north, south, east, or west, but it's going to cause havoc with these cars at some point on the racetrack. Track temperature down to 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Field lined up, double file as they work on a turn number 4. The pace car about to head to pit lane, and we'll get this one underway here momentarily. Brandon Moore, Ken Lowry will drag them down to the start-finish line.
Green.
Field spills out onto the Nellis straightaway. Brandon Moore with the race lead. Hassard second. Lowry, Stockel, Sisler the top 5. Hassard on a run here, goes to the top of the racetrack in the middle of 1 and 2, all the way up to the top. Awful early to be trying that line, but he makes it stick. He'll have a run down the backstretch, but he's not close enough, I don't think, to take full advantage of it. He's going to go topside one more time, or will he? Maybe it's to row up, a lane up. Brandon Moore throws the aero block, goes up into the path of the 16, puts a little bit dirty air on the nose of that race car, slows his progression forward. 2 car lengths the advantage for Moore back into turn 1. Dustin Rogerson reminding us that the 38 and Nathan line had a drive-through penalty to start this race. That due to an incident last week. I mention that because you see Nathan Line here at the tail end of the field just ahead of Brandon Moore, the race leader. Now the question is, does Moore push the issue to put the 38 a lap down? Tend to get cautions early at some of these races before the tire temperatures come up, the tire pressures come to where they need to be. Could be an opportunity here for the 38 to get caught back up to the tail end of the field. Moore certainly not pushing the issue at the moment. Majority of the field just settling into a rhythm here as one car gets the wall there. I didn't catch exactly who it was. It does appear to be the 84, Jason Aranchak. Pancakes the right side on corner exit, but Jason's got a fast race car nonetheless. He's up 2 spots from the drop of the green flag from 9th. He runs 7th. Yes, I did the math for you, even though it was simple. Jason Blaney up 2 positions. And he's got some pretty heavy damage on the center nose of that number 22. We'll try to get a better look at it. He has run into the back of somebody, certainly. Jason Blaney need to keep an eye on the water temp on this run, especially in traffic as he runs in behind Nathan Ostrowski, who's up 6 positions. He's made some progression forward big time in these first 8 laps. Blaney trying to make a move on Jackson West, so still has the pace right now. Doesn't seem to be hurting too terribly much. Last lap compared to the leader, he ran a 30.34. The leader ran a 30.10. That's teammate Brandon Moore. Justin Rogerson in the chat makes a very valid point about Briley Hassard as he runs 2nd. He's been certainly looking very impressive the last handful of races. We've seen flashes of greatness out of the 16 here and there, but the consistency's really been there as of late. Running 15th. He's up 3 spots, but behind him, talk about big movers. Tommy Pulte up 8 positions to 16th in just the first 11 laps. Number 26 machine really marching towards the front. Something about this race car and track combo that he seems to like. Pulte in a new ZeroX paint scheme in his number 26. Pulte picks up another one now into the 15th position. Jackson West able to hold off the charge from Jason Blaney. Blaney now under attack from Nick Gardner. No! and there's contact with the 27. Blaney tries to hang on to it. Incredible save by the 22. Dirt tracking it all the way through the corner, straightens it back out off of turn 4, and he gets a gear and keeps on going. He'll lose some track position in a spot or two here as Blaney falls to 19th with Austin Walton going around, but he's going to go right back to the whip here, going after the 9. Hard to say if Blaney didn't see the 27 at the bottom or what the situation was there. Either way, they ran out of room and made some contact. I cannot believe that Blaney held on to that, even for him. Quick hands in the cockpit of that number 22. Meanwhile, back up front, not much has changed. Brandon Moore still with the lead. Briley Hassard runs second, a car length off the back bumper. And again, as we said, Brandon Moore not going to push the issue to lap the 38 and 8th in line. He had a penalty to start this, had to drive through pit lane. That's why he's so far back. Desperately would like to see the yellow flag come out here. Oh, Hassard gets the wall, making a move for the outside, looking for the race lead. That's going to break a lot of momentum, but he's still got a bit of the race car alongside. I think Moore's going to have the preferred position down into 1. So Moore holds off the charge. Hassard, though, intent to try and take it back. Hassard with another run. He's got the run down the straightaway, and he's clear of Moore. Brandon trying to go back after him on the bottom. Not quite enough. Very close clear there for the 16 as Moore slides up the racetrack. So new leader here, lap 19, it's Briley Hassard. But for how long? Moore not giving up, goes to the bottom here. And a lot of this, again, might be a little bit of teamwork here between himself and Nathan Line. Start racing with Briley Hassard here, push the pressure, trying to keep him off the back bumper of the 38, because now it's out of his hands. Meanwhile, Ray Hanneman has jumped up to the 3rd spot in 4th, and as Kerwin Marshall mentioned, he's been real good on the mile and a halfs as of late. He's up 8 positions and runs 4th. Making a move for 3rd here as he runs in behind the 12 of Hanneman. Brandon Moore had the race lead, lost it to Hassard, now loses 2nd to Hanneman, and now 3rd to Marshall. So pole sitter Brandon Moore, short run speed certainly. Hassard, Hanneman, and Kerwin there. A little bit better on the long run. Brandon Moore is settling into the 4th position now. Ken Lowry, 3-4 car lengths in the rearview mirror. I'm not going to see too much pressure, I don't think, out of the 35 if he gets there, but if he's that much faster, 3 may just point him by. Scott Stockel, meanwhile, in 6th, right where he started, having a solid run in this first run. Wesley Jeanette running 7th. Nathaniel Ostrowski started 16th. He runs in the 8th position in the number 41. Jackson West moving forward as well. He's up 2 spots. Nick Gardner, after contact with the 22, Jason Blaney, finds himself inside the top 10. John Tiller in the 20, 11th. Matt Sisler is 12th. Chris Cornett up the racetrack in the 88. He's down 5 positions. Might just be a tire-saving strategy. We've seen him do that so many times over the course of the season. In Juan we trust. Juan Linares running 14th. Tommy Pulte got to about the 15th spot. It's kind of where he's plateaued, at least for now. Johnny DePasquale 16th, and We Build Jack's number 1 machine. Clint Hayfield in the Precision number 45. Austin Walton in a battle with Jason Blaney. Still would love to know what happened here to the 22 to receive that nose damage. My guesstimate, maybe he jumped the start, got on the throttle just a hair faster than the guy in front of him and ran into the back bumper. That's only a guess. Blaney runs 19th. Tony Smith in the 43, he runs 20th. Chris Pieria, Jason Aranchak, Michael Thorne, Darren Jones, David Kennard, Nathan Lyon, the balance of the field. Want to make note here about Chris Cornett. He's up to that 13th position. Yes, it says he's down 5 spots, but that's based on his qualifying. Cornett won last week, so he started from the back. So he might be burning up his stuff, getting back through here, trying to track down the top 10. But when he gets a chance to bolt on a set of tires, I think you're really going to see what he's got underneath that race car. Meanwhile, out front, change for second as Kerwin Marshall has made short work of Ray Hanneman. Still a quarter second off the race lead. '96 to David Kennard. Going a lap down, Jason Aranchak on pit lane, so we may see some pit stops coming up here soon. Or a battle for the lead instead. Kerwin Marshall drafts up to the 16, gets clear. Will there be a run out of Hassard? He tries to slide up the racetrack, but the 16 still to the right rear quarter. Got a drag race down the back straightaway. Hassard has the run down into 3, but not clear yet. Drives it deep up the racetrack in the middle of 3 and 4. Hassard will defend the top spot. Coming to complete lap 30, Hassard will continue to pace the field here. Kerwin Marshall second, Hanneman third. Lowry now up to the 4th position. Got clear of Brandon Moore, so move Moore to 5th. Scott Stockel in a battle here with Wesley Jeanette. Jeanette in the number 74 Mustang on the bottom of the racetrack. We'll see if Stockel's able to utilize the top of the racetrack here, but man, what a run out of Wesley Jeanette. On the low side of the racetrack. Slots up in front of the 5. Stockel still had a bit of a run, but now loses the air as Brandon Moore scrapes the right rear on the fence. Nice solid green flag run here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And Dustin, dare I say it, is our caution-free race bid still on the table? Yeah, Brandon Moore definitely does not have the pace on the long run. Might have just pushed too hard too early. Moore will likely make that adjustment over the course of the next run. Justin says, don't do it. I mean, we're over a third of the way through already. Hassard found something else as he's starting to increase his lead now over Kerwin Marshall to 3.5 tenths plus. We've seen a couple of drivers come down and pit, or one for that matter, Jason Aranchak, and I think he spent some time on pit lane. He may have had a problem. I also got to say, that's a good-looking paint scheme on that Jason Aranchak machine. Kind of looks like a Traveler whiskey with a different scheme or a different sponsor. Looks good to me. Sorry, Dustin. The problem is there's a delay in the chat. So if I say, dare I say it, and you immediately say, don't do it, I don't see it until after I've already said it. Oh, Kerwin Marshall pancakes the right side on the wall. These cup cars are resilient, but you can only get away with it so many times before you start bending toe links or worse. He's closed the gap on Hassard, though. Maybe a little aero tight condition on the exit of turn 4 there. Nathan Lyon has been able to stay out in front of these leaders here for 36 laps. Driving the wheels off that thing. Looks to be a bit of an artwork upgrade here to Las Vegas Motor Speedway, courtesy of iRacing. The only indicator for me is it doesn't say Nellis straightaway anymore. Either way, track looks good. Kerwin Marshall will come to pit lane. Oh, a little wiggly on entry. Gets her woed down in time. Jackson West also on the pit lane. So Kerwin Marshall from the second spot will choose to pit now here at lap 38. Leaders have crossed the stripe, so we're on lap 39. Oh, and connection issues as he gets to the box. That's scary. I thought he was leaving. So Kerwin Marshall, quick pit stop, 10.48 seconds for the 4. And in that time, Briley Hassard will come to a stop at his pit box from the race lead, and he overshoots the box. That's going to cost him. Right side tires going on for sure. Does he call the audible and go 2 only? Nope, he's going to bolt on 4. Drops the jack, heads back out. So Ray Hanneman now the race leader over Ken Lowry, Wesley Jeanette, Nick Gardner, Daniel Ostrowski now into the top 5. Under our first round of green flag stops here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Here comes Hanneman. Here comes Lowry. Hanneman real wide on entry. Oh, I hope he got her mowed down. He locks up the brakes. And Hanneman too fast on entry. Black flag for the 12. Teammate Ken Lowry got her woed down in time. Not so lucky for the 12 of Ray Hanneman. He'll have a penalty to serve here. I don't know if it was a commitment cone violation or speeding, but the way he locked up the front brakes, I'm assuming it's going to be speeding. Many other drivers now come down at pit. Nick Gardner will retake or overtake the top spot, but not for long as he peels off the racetrack. He'll come to pit lane. Matt Sisler now the race leader. Sisler's been known to be a master at saving fuel. Lap 43 on the board, and he's definitely saving. Let's listen. Clutching the car, saving some gas. Nathan Lyon looking to the inside now. Sisler's going to stay out for another. So Kerwin Marshall shown in the third spot, right ahead of our current race leader, Matt Sisler. Second place, Chris Cornett on pit lane presently. Sisler really stretching out the fuel. 43 laps. Cornett did the same. And Matt's going to pull down in pit right now. Not a ton of fall off. About a half second or so on the tires. Sisler in the box, right side tire change. Fuel going in, crew around to the left side, 4 tires and fuel for the Three Birdies Chevrolet. Drops the jack, he's back out in action. Kerwin Marshall will take the top spot in the meantime. Sisler falling through the field a bit. So Marshall through the pit cycle gains a 1.3 second advantage over Ken Lowry, Briley Hassard, Wesley Jeanette, and Johnny DePasquale has worked his way up from the 21st starting position to 5th. Johnny's done that with some pit strategy, only a 10.4 second stop for him. Kerwin Marshall, 10.4. That may have been fuel only for those drivers. They would have had time to put on rights, but at that point, why bother? Nathan Lyon unable to catch that early caution. Still running as the last car on the lead lap, but Kerwin Marshall will not be shy about lapping the 38 if he can. Nathan just showing his abilities right now to stay out in front of these leaders. You know he's got the pace, so if you're Kerwin Marshall, you really want to get him a lap down and then start lapping other drivers so he's not eligible for that lucky dog. And you know Nathan's going to fight hard to stay on the lead lap here. He just needs that caution to get caught up, and then he can start to work his way through the field. Top 5 separated by a whole straightaway here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Green flag pit cycle to blame for that one. Jason Blaney running in the 13th spot. Blaney, even with his damage, opted to go fuel only, maybe a little bit of damage repair. 11.4 seconds in the pit box under this green flag stop. Not going to waste a lot of time working on the car. We got El Chapo in the stream chat. Says, let's go, Johnny D. Finish strong on your birthday. Happy birthday, Johnny D. Pasquale. John Tiller taking a peek to the inside of Blaney. Nothing doing there. A little bit of damage on the right front of the 20, it seems, as well. Trying to get a closer look at it. There we go. Yeah, right front fender caved in pretty good on the 20 machine. That's certainly going to affect the aero balance on that car. Interesting note, Kerwin Marshall still in the wake of Nathan Line, dumping dirty air on the race leader. Ken Lowry has cut that 1.3 second lead down to 0.4 plus. These Fueled Up Motorsports guys certainly know how to play the teamwork game. Brandon Moore doing all he could to make sure he stayed on the lead lap. Now Nathan Line doing his part to allow his teammate Ken Lowry to close the gap on the 4. Kind of benefits Nathan at the same time. If Lowry gets up there and starts battling with Kerwin Marshall, it kind of makes his job a little easier to stay on the lead lap, but he is dangerously close to going down 1. Has been most of the night. Riley Hassert now in the 3rd spot, showing 1.7 seconds off the race lead. Wesley Jeanette just coming out of turn 4. He's 6.7 seconds back. So as we mentioned after those pit stops, field definitely spread out now. Less than 10 laps from halfway. Ray Hanneman in the 24th position, 1 lap down after a pit road speeding penalty. 11-second flat pit stop, but a 40-second hold. Deficit back to Ken Lowry, kind of stabilized here at about 3.5 tenths. It's about how close you got to be there to start really feeling the dirty air coming off the car out in front. You'll see the 38 of Nathan Line about the same distance ahead of Kerwin Marshall. So the 4 is feeling it, and so is the 35. You see Kerwin now drops it down to the low side of the racetrack, trying to get some clean air, get some downforce on the nose of that Mustang. Closes the gap to about a 1/4 second. 96 of Kennard up the racetrack. He'll go down another lap. Pins it to the bottom of the racetrack. Lets the leaders go by. Now, in Lowry's case, that really wasn't helpful to him because that was kind of the line that he ran the last time through. Low side, trying to get downforce on the nose. Couldn't do it with the 96 on the bottom of the racetrack, but didn't lose a lot of ground here. In fact, gained some time. About a 1/10.5 plus behind the 4. Just a car length or so between the top 2 here, lap 60. Lowry goes to the bottom, drives it deep. Tried to get a nose alongside. He might be there just enough. Marshall barely lifting off the throttle, coming off turn number 4, gets the fence just a little. Lowry checks up a little bit as well. Half a lap away from halfway here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Kerwin Marshall continues to lead. He talked about it in the chat earlier tonight. Felt real good about the Trash House racing machines on these mile and a halves, and he's showing it right now with the race lead over the Fueled Up Motorsports entry of Ken Lowry. Then Briley Hassard, Wesley Jeanette, Johnny DePasquale, the birthday boy, running in the 5th spot. But half distance here at LVMS. We're going to step aside, get our one and only track limit side-by-side break out of the way. Stay with us. We'll be back after this. Spartan Transportation and Spartan Logistic Management is your one source for all your shipping needs. 53-foot dry van shipments, auto transport shipments, full-service in-house brokerage, drop lot facilities, just-in-time deliveries to all auto manufacturers, facilities in St. Louis, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, and Indianapolis, Indiana. Spartan Logistics LLC, proud sponsor of the IROC Series, Kyle Steffens UMP Modified and Silver Crown Driver, and Gordy Gundaker, World of Outlaws late model. Visit us at spartan-logistics.net or find us on Facebook.
Need insurance coverage that's built for speed? Frank Yea's office in South Charleston has your back. Whether you're blazing down the highway, protecting the home you've built, or setting up a legacy for your family, we've got the coverage you need. Auto, home, life, fast, simple, and made for you. Scan the QR code on your screen now to explore all our services and start a free quote today. Lock it in, save it for later, or call us at 304-744-7700 to get started.
Back at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, we have a new leader, the 35 of Ken Lowry. Took it away from Kerwin Marshall not too long ago. They went at it for a bit. We'll take a look at the pass here right now. They were side by side. Off corner exit, Marshall on the top. Out of turn number 2, Lowry had the run down the backstretch on the bottom, which is kind of the opposite of what we've seen here tonight. Little side draft out of the 35. Then finally clear. Marshall had the run, but Lowry slides up. Little bit of contact. And Marshall into the wall really hard there on the right side. Since that contact, Marshall's fallen back about a full second off the race lead. Top drivers right now, Lowry, Marshall, Hassard. That's the left column there, 41, 38, 39, and so on. That's how far they went on their first stint. First run on a tank of fuel. The right side column is the current laps on their tires and fuel since their last pit stop. Marshall's gone the longest, so that may have had a factor into him losing the race lead. But then again, getting the wall there off of turn 4 certainly did not help his cause. Matt Sisler making some moves here, trying to take it away from Juan Linares. This would be for the 9th spot if he can finish it off. Sisler out there with the freshest set of tires amongst the top 10. Really the freshest set out of anybody. Chris Cornett came down just one lap prior to Sisler. Interestingly enough, though, Sisler may not have even taken tires on that stop. Again, 10.9 seconds was the time. May have had time to bolt on rights, but again, I don't know there's really an advantage to doing that early on. If you're going to go right sides, you might as well just go fuel only. Save the set for later on. Again, they had three sets of tires over the wall to start the race here tonight. 50 laps to go. If you haven't burned a set yet, you've got options if things start to get chaotic later. Kerwin Marshall will come to the pits. Seemingly early. Not really. He went 38 laps that first run. We're on lap 37 for this set. Right side tires going on. 4 tire change for the 4. So another round of green flag pit stops here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Kerwin Marshall, the first one to pull the trigger. Ken Lowry, Riley Hassard, Wesley Jeanette, Johnny DePasquale, and Nathaniel Ostrowski, the top 5 now. Nathan Line, though, still on the lead lap. He's got a little healthier gap now back to Ken Lowry. Again, teammates now. I don't think Lowry's going to push the issue. Tony Smith slow into turn 3. He'll be coming to pit lane. Michael Thorne also on pit road. Michael stepping up to sponsor the race here tonight. Now Riley Hassard will come to pit lane for his second pit stop. Gonna need to make at least one more before this one's all said and done. Oh, and he misses the box again. Same mistake as the last time. It's gonna cost him more time under green. We say it so often here, don't beat yourself. 4-tire stop for Riley Hassard. It was a longer one. Or was it a 4-tire stop? 13 and change? There's no way he put 4 tires on. Maybe it was rights the last time, lefts this time, and now Nathan Line will come to pit lane. Absolutely will lose a lap this time. We'll see if it cycles him back out to the lead lap after this round of pit stops. Scott Stockel comes down to pit. Right sides only for Nathan Line. He'll get back out. Wesley Jeanette, Johnny D, Nathaniel Ostrowski on pit lane. And now the leader, Ken Lowry, on pit lane. Nick Gardner will take over the top spot. Tough night for Jason Blaney so far. Unable to get an opportunity to fix the damage on the 22. With no cautions, you can't risk the time lost on pit lane to do it. Just got to wheel that thing to the finish. It looked to be another two-tire stop out of Ken Lowry, but I think it was left sides only. Nick Gardner now will come down to pit. We'll see what he does. I'm going to pay closer attention now. Got about 8 million things I'm looking at once. I didn't catch it, but I think that was the case for at least two of the drivers. Gardner in pit lane. Right side tire change for the 27, and it's a four-tire stop for him. They must have picked up the pit stop time because now they're doing them like real deal. John Tiller with a black flag, too fast entering. So another Fueled Up Motorsports driver caught by the police entering the pits too fast. Chris Cornett now from the second spot. Matt Sisler back to the race lead. So that's what I was just going to talk about here, is maybe with one of these recent updates, the pit stops for this Gen 7 car finally match the real-world pit times. Previously, we were seeing them old school, 14 seconds or so. Now we're down in that 10-second category, so that's good to see. I was always wondering when they were going to fix that, and it appears that they have. Another four-tire stop for Cornett, 10.95 seconds. Right side's in the air for Hayville. Sunoco fuel going in. Four tires in fuel, down and away, 1087. I think that confirms it, folks. Now Matt Sisler stretching the fuel yet again out in front. 44 laps the first time. He's on lap 43 this time. We'll see how far he goes. Nobody knows. Oh, Tiller getting to the bottom there on Smith. I don't know if Tony didn't see him. Tiller was all the way down to the apron, and now they're going to go three wide. Almost runs over the 31 as he's coming to pit lane. Close call for Matt Sisler and John Tiller. Nick Gardner, sorry. I don't know why I always confuse those cars. It's been a day. So Matt Sisler, right side tires. Filling it up. Four tire change for the Three Birdie Chevrolet. He is down and away, 1085 the time. And Kerwin Marshall cycles back to the lead here, 89 laps in here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So this time Marshall comes out with double the advantage he had over the 35 the last round of pit stops. It was about 1.3 the last we looked. Now it's 1.9, but shrinking rapidly. It's 1.8 now. Marshall was a 10:37 pit stop, very quick. Ken Lowry 10:95. But Marshall came down, remember, at lap 75. Lowry about 8 laps later on lap 83, so he has the tire advantage. And looking at the lap times, Lowry about half a second a lap quicker than the 4. Does have some lap traffic to work through. As you see, Nathan Line did end up going down a lap, but so has Austin Walton. So he's going to want to get clear of the 9 machine. He wants that lucky dog position. Now, Walton's got some front-end damage, too. The center of that race car punched in the same as Jason Blaney's. So Line gets clear of the number 9 machine, puts himself in the lucky dog position. So now if the caution comes out, he'll get the lap back. Dustin Rogerson says, but I think he's going to have to stop again. Lowry might be good. We'll be close if we stay green. Let's take a look at it here again. I think it was 44 laps. Yeah, Sisler went 44 laps both times. I don't know. It'll be close. Lowry's going to need to go 42. He's shown the ability to do it already in that last run, but barring a green-white checkered finish, that could spell disaster for the 35. Marshall, on the other hand, I don't know. I don't think it's doable for him to make it to the end on that strategy. Lowry might be good down to the last drop. Is that a Maxwell House ad? So if I'm Lowry, I'm going to save here if I can. Let's take a listen if he is. Sure is. Watch the digital dash here. You see that line, that white line in the center, pegged over to the right side. He's going to lift and coast down into the corner here if he's saving. I believe he is. There it is. So yeah, Lowry really trying to stretch it, make this one a 2-stopper. Derek Buckaloo says, Thomas Chipotle looking strong. Who is Thomas Chipotle? Is that... Derek, did you just order DoorDash? What are you doing? While Derek gets his order set, Kerwin Marshall continues to lead, but without a caution, his strategy might be going out the window here. There's no way he makes it to the end on this round of fuel. Lowry is very close, but should be able to make it. Riley Hassard, probably not going to make it. Wesley Jeanette, if he gets real aggressive with the savings. Johnny DePasquale, maybe the same thing. Nick Gardner can make it to the end. Tommy Pulte, it's going to be close. Ostrowski, possible but not likely. Matt Sisler, though, for certain can make it to the end. He came down last, lap 88, compared to Lowry's 83, so he's about 4 or 5 laps to the good. I stand corrected. Nathan Lyon is shown on the lead lap. Yeah, he got back around the 4. Oh, Tommy Chipotle. I got it now. Derek, it's been a rough week, buddy. I forgot what sleep was like. So 25 laps to go here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It's Kerwin Marshall showing some dominance here tonight. He's led 34 laps. But unfortunately, there's just not enough Tiger in the tank for it to carry him all the way to the finish here. He's going to need a yellow flag to pop out. It's been quite some time since we've gone green to checkers without seeing that yellow come out. Will we make it to the end? So speaking of Tommy Chipotle, he's running 7th. Don't forget where he started, folks. 24th. It's on the same fuel strategy as the 35 of Ken Lowry, so if he's careful about it, easy on, easy off the throttle, he should be good to go to the checkers. Don't know if he'll have enough for the cool down. They don't pay points for the cool down. Meanwhile, Jason Blaney has recouped his positions back to his qualifying spot, 13th. Again, still damage to the nose of the number 22. And at this stage of the game, I don't know if you bother to fix it. I think you come down even if the caution comes out. Maybe put a set of tires on. Give it maybe a second. Or don't. Because by this point of the race, you've been driving that way the majority of the night. You've kind of adjusted how you're racing based on the aero inefficiencies of that number 22. You might just leave it alone rather than sacrifice the track position in pit lane. Eighth in line now, going to pass the pole sitter Brandon Moore. He moves up to the 15th spot. Quickly gaining ground on Blaney, moves to the inside. The line will take 14th. So 2 positions in just maybe a third of this racetrack. Eighth in line, finally in a position where he could start picking guys off. We know he had a fast car. He was able to stay out in front for quite some time, albeit on the last car of the lead lap. But ran a 30.56 the last time by, and that's almost a quarter second quicker than the race leader, Kerwin Marshall. Want to check with Matt Sisler here again. I'll see if he's actually saving fuel. I hope to goodness he is not, because at this point he's got plenty of gas. Nope. Running inside the top 10 in the 9th position. That's Nathaniel Ostrowski just down the road in 8th. Chris Cornett started from the tail of the field. He's found himself in the top 10 position, running 10th. He also has enough fuel to make it to the end. Meanwhile, Ken Lowry has taken over the race lead from Kerwin Marshall. I don't know if Kerwin has jumped into extreme fuel save mode or if Lowry just ran him down. We'll see if I can find a replay of that pass for the lead. In fact, here it is. Oh, Marshall got the wall for the 3rd time tonight. He was driving the car hard, trying to stay out in front of the 35, but Lowry just had the run. And now for Kerwin, it's got to be conserve, conserve, conserve. Lowry now going to roll up on the pole sitter, Brandon Moore, and put him a lap down. I think Moore's got some damage as well. Let's take a look. Yeah, right front. Brandon on the same strategy, fuel-wise. Now, I believe it was Moore. Maybe it wasn't. They got the penalty on entry the last time, but it was another Fueled Up Motorsports driver, I believe. I think it was John Tiller. Yeah, it was the 20 of John Tiller. Too fast entering. Back a lap 84. Now Jason Blaney running in 15th will go down a lap to his teammate. 15 laps remain. Kerwin Marshall runs second. Hassard back to third. Nick Gardner fourth. Tommy Pulte now into the top five. And Kerwin Marshall to pit lane. Kind of surprised he's bolting the tires on here. I would have gone fuel only, but he's going to go rights only. 7.07 seconds for Marshall. Blaney and Moore still battling for this position. This will be for 14th. Hassard now up to second after Kerwin Marshall comes to pit lane. Then it's Gardner third. Tommy Pulte now to the fourth spot. Derek Buckaloo said it. Let him cook. Still 11 seconds back. If we stay green, he's not going to run these guys down, but if we see some fireworks before this one's over, he is in a great position. So Ken Lowry off turn number 4, coming to 10 laps to go as the battle between Moore and Blaney still hot and heavy behind him. These guys will be throwing haymakers at each other the rest of this race, and they're happy to do it. They know each other well out on the racetrack. They know how each other is going to race the other. Both cars showing damage, trying to limp these cars home. Blaney 14th, Moore's 15th. Dustin Rogerson in the chat says, love seeing strategy being a factor. Finally, a green flag run. Don't jinx it, Dustin. We still got 9 to go. Oh boy, here we go. Kerwin Marshall with some fresh tire, at least the right sides. Surrounded by Fueled Up Motorsports, and he'll push it 3 wide up the middle. So Marshall to 13th. Those are all positions for him. Hanneman working his way back through. No real damage on the 12 other than a little bit of pride. Pit road speeding penalty killed his night. He still runs 15th. Matt Sisler's worked his way up into the 5th position now. very well to the good on fuel. Probably could have shortened up his runs by a lap apiece and still been a lap or two to the good at the end of this. He went quite a distance. It's probably 4 or 5 laps to the good right now. Tommy Pulte, though, same strategy as the race leader Ken Lowry. The question mark remains there in the second spot. Briley Hassard, I don't see how he makes it to the end of this race without running out. It's got to be a lap or two at least short. His pace would indicate that. He's about 7.5 tenths off the leader's pace right now. Lowry ran a 30.89. Briley a 30.48 the last time. 31.48, that is. Nick Gardner should be a lap to the good. He pit on lap 84 as long as he's taking care of the fuel. It's crunch time, though. 5 laps to go for Ken Lowry. And Hassard comes to pit lane. We knew he was going to be short. Likely a splash and go for the 16. Or will he chance it? Put on tires. Maybe the caution comes out while he's in the pit box. That'd be a big if. And Chris Pieria in trouble. Or was he? Just wanted to scare you, Dustin. It said he crashed, but maybe on entry. Quick stop for Hassard. He's down and away. Nathan Line. Oh, no. Too fast entering for the 38 of Nathan Line. He'll come to the pit box, and he'll have to sit here with less than 3 laps to go. Had a good run going after the early race penalty. Had to do the drive-through on the start, and he's going to sit. So Lowry now with a 10-second advantage with 2 laps to go over the 27 of Nick Gardner. Tommy Pulte now up into the 3rd spot. So it looks like our top 5 at a minimum should be good to go to the end. The only question may be Wesley Jeanette. He's a lap less than Ken Lowry, but he's not pitting at this point. He's probably just going to take his chances and see how far it lives. Coming to the white flag. Final lap for Ken Lowry. Lowry saving here, clutching the car, nothing to lose. 10 seconds advantage out the back window for the 35. He's going to make it a 2-stop race. Lowry started outside pole. Pulled the strategy out of his back pocket and said, look at this, folks. We're not going 3 stops tonight. We're only going 2. He's through 3 and 4 for the final time. Coming down to the start-finish line, Ken Lowry from Fueled Up Motorsports will win the MTH 125. And Tommy Pulte into pit lane on the last lap. Can't make it to the finish. I'm not sure. I would have just stayed out. It was the last lap. Gardner will come home second. Matt Sisler will take a P3. And Ken Lowry, with 36 laps led and some strategy, picks up the win here tonight at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Ken Lowry throwing the chips down, gambling here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. 2-stop race, at least for him, not so much for everybody else. He'll pick up the win here tonight. We're going to step aside and get a final break out of the way. We'll be back with our top 3 finishers after this. Spartan Transportation and Spartan Logistic Management is your one source for all your shipping needs. 53-foot dry van shipments, auto transport shipments, full-service in-house brokerage, drop lot facilities, just-in-time deliveries to all auto manufacturers, facilities in St. Louis, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, and Indianapolis, Indiana. Spartan Logistics LLC, proud sponsor of the IROC Series, Kyle Steffens UMP Modified and Silver Crown Driver, and Gordy Gundaker, World of Outlaws Late Model. Visit us at spartan-logistics.net or find us on Facebook.
Need insurance coverage that's built for speed? Frank Yea's office in South Charleston has your back. Whether you're blazing down the highway, protecting the home you've built, or setting up a legacy for your family, we've got the coverage you need. Auto, home, life, fast, simple, and made for you. Scan the QR code on your screen now to explore all our services and start a free quote today. Lock it in, save it for later, or call us at 304-744-7700 to get started.
Back at Las Vegas Motor Speedway in the MTH 125 in the books, Ken Lowry, gambling in Las Vegas, picks up the race win. 36 laps led on a two-stop strategy here tonight where others had to make that last stop late. Corwin Marshall fell victim to that, certainly. Tommy Pulte with some fuel issues as well. Had 0.9 to go, come down pit lane, really should have stayed out there. I don't know what happened with the 26, but either way, certainly a valiant effort for Tommy Pulte. I think he's still going to pick up a top 10. But without all that, let's get to Ken Lowry, our race winner here in the MTH 125. We'll see what he has to say. Ken, it's Steve with Track Limits. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Ken, congratulations, man. What a run here tonight. Turned this one into a two-stopper, saved the fuel, gambled. What's the strategy here tonight? Not just the pit stops, but you got to be able to save the fuel. How do you save fuel on these ovals?
Man, touching entry, getting that car in a neutral state where you can get back on throttle and get out of that on exit, you know.
Well, it was a job well done. You had a pace to keep up with Corwin Marshall all night long. You kind of took care of your buddy Nathan Line there for a little while as well. But at the end of the night, he had to make one more pit stop late in the race. Unable to track you down there. You drive this thing to victory, man. How's it feel?
Oh, man, it feels great. First time with this league and winning it. Feels great, man.
Well, certainly an impressive run here tonight, doing your Fueled Up Motorsports teammates proud. Now we look forward next week, the Tricky Triangle, Pocono Raceway. Certainly not a mile and a half, but fuel strategy likely to come into play at that place. It's technically an oval. It's a triangle, but it's Kind of runs like a road course. Do you kind of work that one backwards?
Yeah, pretty much. I would think you would want to save in the beginning and start, doing whatever to get up there,
Well, you did a good job of it here tonight. Certainly wish you congratulations on that. Ken, who do you want to thank before we let you go?
Man, we got some sponsors, Field Up Motorsport, for letting me come in and do their paints, do everything, run this league and everything there. Dustin for running this league. He does an awesome job. Steve, you do an awesome job broadcasting. We got Admin Box, Clark Heating Cooling, Ream Homebuyer, W, FX, Streamlabs for me, and all the other sponsors. We got We Build Jack, all of them, and my wife for letting me come in and do this sim,
All right, Ken. Well, job well done. Congratulations on your first win here in the ZeroX Strategy Series. Certainly enjoy it, and good luck next week at Pocono. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you, Steve.
It's Ken Lowry, your race winner here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Next, we'll talk to the driver of the Napa Auto Parts number 27, Nick Gardner. We'll pull him up into the broadcast booth, get a word with him. I'm sure he's going to have some fuel strategies to talk about as well. Nick, it's Steve with Track Limits. You got me?
Yeah, man, I'm with you.
Nick, congratulations, man. P2 here tonight. Certainly wanted that race win, but just wasn't meant to be here tonight. 17th place starting position, though. Driving it up to P2, it's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, especially under green, man. It was a long race, but I really love these long green flag races. It's so much fun. Makes you learn a lot about what you got in your car and how the track transitions and changes and stuff. So it was really cool, man. I had a blast kind of slicing and dicing through the field like that. And yeah, I mean, got close there. I was surprised Kenneth was able to save that much fuel. I just kept going long all the way till I was empty, just to kind of beat the traffic on pit road. And yeah, seemed to work out on the long runs for me. And I knew most of the guys in front of me were going to cut it close, but I couldn't remember when Kenneth pitted, so I wasn't sure if he's going to run out. But either way, I was trying to save because I didn't want to run out and ruin my finish tonight. So it's been a rough, or it's been a bumpy road of races when I've been fast and just haven't been able to finish it off. So it feels good to have a green flag race here and actually finish well.
Speaking of bumps, I want to go back to earlier on in the race. There was a little bit of contact with yourself and Jason Blaney. He held on big time to save that race car. I didn't get a chance to go watch the replay end of it, but was it what was the issue there? Did he come down? Did you come up, or was it a little bit of both?
I think it was a little bit of both, but also we were racing hard, but there was I went back and looked at it, and there was just a sliver of netcode on that. I was actually getting ready to go jump down and apologize to him after the race, and then I'll probably go after this broadcast. But yeah, no, I got nothing against Blaney at all. He normally races me really clean, since I've been a part of this league, so I have no issue with him, no reason to do that to him. I enjoy racing around him, honestly. He's really fun, and I hate that that happened, and I'm glad that he was able to hang on to it. Shows you how good of a racer he is, because there's a few drivers in here that I've seen have actual contact similar to that and just can't hold on to it. And these next gen cars, man, they're a handful when someone gets on your left rear quarter. It's hard to save that. So yeah, I mean, credits to him for being able to save that. And again, yeah, I do apologize for that. I got nothing against him, so he's a good dude.
Well, hopefully no hard feelings between Nick Gardner and Jason Blaney. Nick, a job well done here tonight, man. Who do you want to thank?
Yeah, man, just appreciate you doing a great job on the broadcast, man. Appreciate what you do, taking the time out, and appreciate Dustin continuing to do a great job with this league. It's my first year being a part of this ZeroX series, so I'm having a blast, and tonight was actually one of my favorite races. It staying green, and obviously, most important, I want to thank my teammates from Dialed In Racing, Briley and Nate. Honestly, I feel like, especially Briley, he had a really good night going. Unfortunately, he didn't have enough fuel at the end to get the finish he deserved. But all in all, it's fun to race with them and learn with them, because we don't really run these next-gen cars often. So we figured we'd try something different together and learn together. And yeah, it's cool to have nights like this where it pays off.
All right, Nick. Well, congratulations again, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Good luck in Pocono.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much.
Nick Gardner, your runner-up here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Next, we'll talk to the 31 Three Birdies Chevrolet driver, Matt Sisler. Started 10th tonight, brought it home to a third-place finish. Want to talk to him about the fuel-saving strategies as well. He went the furthest on all these runs here tonight, but let's see if he's there. Matt, it's Steve in the booth. You got me?
Yes, I do.
Matt, congratulations. Third place, certainly nothing to shake a stick at here. Started 10th tonight, drove it up to a top 3. Always a good night when you get to talk to the broadcaster after the race. But talk to me about your fuel strategies here tonight. You went very long on both runs early in this race. Made it a 2-stopper, but my question really, did you save too much?
Kenneth made it 42, and he had one more in the tank, so... maybe I did. Maybe we needed to go a little bit more, come in on push a little harder, so we would pit on lap 40 of that first run and then start to back off. But I honestly thought I had it covered, with that strategy, because I was trying to time it up so I would be able to come out and run our 3 birdie Chevy just at full song for the final run, and we were able to do that. We were able to gap Cornette, who came out right behind us, and we were able to pick off a number of people, and even Tommy when he came to pit road with the white flag flying. And I thought I saw Tommy pit, and I thought, okay, it's going to be a second, because I knew Nick was up there somewhere. And then I looked on the mini map and saw Kenneth off the turn 2. I was like, you got to be kidding me. And give him credit, he did a great job. But yeah, answer your question. Yeah, we probably saved a little too much, but definitely not a bad night for our 3 birdie Chevrolet team. Led some laps, came home with a clean race car, and came home on the podium. Got to talk to you. So good night overall.
Clean race, green to checker without a yellow all night long. Maybe we can carry that into Pocono next week. More fuel strategy at play. If memory serves, I believe you won at Pocono last season. I think it was even on fuel strategy. Is there a potential of a repeat next week?
Well, you're half right. Fuel strategy was a factor. I think I had a top 5 run there, because I ran super long in the first stint to get it, and it was going to be a one-stop against other people on 2, and unfortunately we had a caution flag come out. So, would love to have another full green flag run. Pocono is a fun track for me. It's one of our team's home race tracks. We already won at one home track this season, so wouldn't mind going for the home track season sweep and finding a way to to conquer the tricky triangle.
Well, we're certainly looking forward to it, Matt. I want to say congratulations on the third place finish here tonight. Who do you want to shout out to?
Appreciate it. Well, my co-owner of my team, Alan Steigerwald, that's his home track next week, so we'll go out to try to get it at Pocono. 3 Birdies Golf Company, my longtime sponsors. Go check them out, guys. They make awesome hats, shirts, drink koozies, tees, everything up at their website, 3birdiesgolf.com. Coke Zero Sugar, Nitro Trucking LLC, Peace, Love, and Paws Rescue, Adrian College, Dustin and everybody at ZeroX for putting on an incredibly awesome league. You gotta love the strategy that you have to play in these races, so that's a real cool thing to have to deal with. And last but not least, you, Steve, up at Track Limits. You do awesome broadcasts, and you criminally underrated as a broadcaster, so thank you for all you do.
Well, Matt, thanks for the kind words. Thanks for talking to us. Good luck next week.
Sounds good, Steve. You take care.
2. Matt Sisler, third place here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. That'll do it for the interview portion of tonight's broadcast. Let's take a look here at our race results. Of course, here we go again. Going to try this one more time. This has been a recurring issue for us for some strange reason. We'll give it one more try. And it's not going to work. So we'll run it down here. Ken Lowry, your race winner. Nick Gardner was second. Matt Sisler comes home with the third place finish. Wesley Jeanette fourth. Johnny DePasquale comes home in the fifth spot. Nathaniel Ostrowski was sixth. Chris Cornett from the back to the seventh spot. That's where he'll finish tonight. Juan Linares was eighth. Kerwin Marshall ninth. Tommy Pulte drives it to 10th, even though he had to pull down and thought about pitting on that final lap. Would have stayed out, Tommy. I know you know that, but tough break for the 26. Still a solid performance after starting 24th. Ray Hanneman, pit road speeding penalty cost him. He comes back to finish 11th. Brandon Moore was 12th from the pole. Jason Blaney started 13th, finished 13th. Some nose damage early, likely plaguing the number 22. Clint Hayfield was 14th. Austin Walton, 15th. Briley Hassard also didn't have enough fuel at the end. He had to pit. 16th place for him. Scott Stockel was 17th. 18th, Darren Jones. John Tiller, another speeding penalty for fueled up, finishes 19th. Michael Thorne comes home 20th. Tony Smith finishes 21st. Nathan Line, 22nd. Chris Pierio was 23rd. 24th, Jason Aranchak. David Kennard, 25th. And 26 went to Jackson West. I think there was some money to be given away for this caution-free race here tonight. I don't know if Dustin's still listening, but I think Thorne and Hassard both getting iRacing credits for random draw, caution-free race. I think that's between myself and Dustin. So, Dustin, I'll send you some money so we can make that happen. And that'll do it for us here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Thank you guys all for tuning in here tonight. Congratulations to our top three finishers and really all the drivers tonight in the ZeroX Strategy Series, putting on a great show without slipping a wheel the wrong way once. Jason Blaney, you were very close, but a hell of a save. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week.